Hello family, welcome to Carolliving. Thank you for supporting us always. And today I'm privileged to host another great friend of mine, a colleague, a charitable fellow person. We all love charity. We met in Rotary, I should say. He's called Richard Kyambadde, but I will not preempt you so much. I will let him talk about himself. And our session today, we're going to continue those conversations, those hard conversations. We are breaking these conversations out of the four walls and we're bringing them to you. But most importantly, to just learn to normalize talking about things that affect us. And we're going to talk about how does it show up in society. We're going to talk about what are those things that tick for him. Why does he choose particular decisions? Why does he choose to be, for instance, in a partnership in business with someone? Why does he choose to go in his charity space and say, I'll partner with all my fellow friends? Why does he choose the relationship he has? He will tell us whether he's single, searching. All of you can just look up for that, such that You're welcome, Richard.
Thank you very much, Carol. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
And also seeing that there's a big difference since I last visited you.
Okay. What is so different?
The island has been painted.
Mm-hmm.
The light in the room is well balanced.
Okay.
I see some new furniture here.
Yes.
Extra working space at the balcony.
Wow.
The mirrors.
He's literally begging us to do like a Carolliving interior update. It's coming for the next time. But you're welcome. So, who is Richard? Yakulatia. How did you grow up? What is that background that forms who you are now in these amazing years you've been on earth?
Born in a typical village.
Okay.
Which is part of the regional Greater Mubende, that has now been split into about 4 districts of Kasanda, Mubende, Gomba, and I think Chankwanzi.
Not Chivoga?
No, Chivoga actually was formerly part of Mubende.
Okay.
And now my ancestral home is in the remains of Mubende, which is now Kasanda.
All these districts, there are just so many of them. I can't even. None of us keeps up with these things, but we all know how this has been so much division in the political, geographical spheres.
Yeah.
Okay, so what forms him? How did you grow up in your family life?
What forms me? There can be many unique things about me.
Yeah, your family life.
Born without a father.
Okay.
I was born 2 months after the death of my father.
Okay, oh wow, that's sad. That's
sad.
Really sad, yeah.
So born to a single mother.
Yes.
And I've told people that if there are people who have seen and kissed poverty,
you have.
I am one such person. And for that matter, I work day and night.
Okay.
Not to kiss poverty again. I want to train my kids in a way that they shouldn't kiss poverty or live with it.
So it's one of your
and
poverty is a trauma.
I caution people. I caution people.
Yeah.
I know what it feels for you to share the same 10 by 10 room with your mother and siblings.
Yeah.
I know what it feels not to have a kitchen. I know what it feels not to have a decent toilet. And it bothers me that in this century, people still struggle with such a kind of life.
Yeah, like basic.
Like basic things, a decent toilet, a decent kitchen. And for some people, it's about the mentality.
Okay.
I traversed regions of Uganda and people have a very big house that has a garage space. They have no car and they have no kitchen.
So you're a realist.
Yeah, I'm a realist.
You're a realist. Everything has to make sense.
Yes, everything has to make sense.
How does it stop you from being like overly realistic? Like, come on, let things slide. Before you do that, I want you to tell us more about the parts that make you up career-wise. What are you passionate about? What are you pursuing in career that makes that adds to the layer of Richard?
I'm passionate about doing things I like.
Okay, so what are you doing? What are those things you like in this present season?
I studied environmental science, management and technology, majored in water quality analysis. I practiced my career for about 10 years.
Okay.
And one decision I took and sort of regretted was to participate in elective politics.
Elective politics?
After 10 years of practice in my career, I lost the election, but certainly I gained the experience. I've told people, I know what it feels for someone to stand on the podium and be abused.
Okay.
I know how it feels for you to go and explain principles and how you can change a community, and someone comes, bribes the voters and gets the votes.
Yeah.
Having been there, I used my resources, resources I mobilized from friends, companies and organizations I knew because I worked in the civil society for all those 10 years. And I brought about change in my community. Yes, I was vying to become a mayor of my hometown.
Yeah.
And I told people, explained to them these things. They said, you are the best. And you are the best. And someone comes up in the morning on the voting day and says, you know, my son, I voted for you. And you know, I went ahead and asked her, okay, you voted for me? What was the symbol against my picture? And she says, completely a different symbol.
Simba wakati. That's a conversation for a whole other day about our politics. So, but today I brought him, we want to be personal here. You know, I always say, for gentlemen, I know it's one, I have to say thank you for even coming and just putting yourself out here and certain things on record. For many of us want to keep our lives in the four walls, even when our lives are aspirational and they are inspirational. So here, one of our agenda in this talk is just inspire you with the topics we talk about, but mostly to also say, Jetuli, who are making it in life with all the challenges, and we are saying, hey, these are our perspective. You take them, you borrow a leaf, you borrow branches. Today I'm going to go directly to the, you know, we've been conversing a lot about how we show up in society. And I realized that we show up in different ways in society, but we don't talk much about it. We don't talk so much about our experiences, how they formed us. And then now we don't give permission to the generations after us, or even the young people in under our, let me say, when I say mentorship I space, it's not like we're really mentoring them, but we're mentoring them through us, through them seeing us and saying, oh, I feel like I want to be like Carol, I feel like I want to be like Richard. What's that? So I'm just going to say, when you're choosing, for instance, how to participate, I'm going to be very specific. In very, very little time, in a charity space, at a workspace, at this point in your life, and also, you're deciding that I am going to, by the way, you did not tell us, are you single, just one off, are you single, are you searching, are you Mr. Right, are you Mr. Right now, what? Just preempt before I go to the extras.
Just to be sure that information is not used against me.
Yeah.
I am neither of those. But you know, I am a father.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a lovely son.
Okay.
I'm also a father to many.
Yes.
And I think I can also make a good husband.
Okay. I like that. Yes, please. You give yourself the opportunity. If you don't, who will? You can make a great father, you can make a great husband.
Great father, great husband.
Yes.
Great family man.
Great family man. You aspire family values, I think.
Yes, I value family.
Yeah.
I value culture.
Yeah.
I value relationships.
Okay. It's important to understand what are the factors that make you choose to relate with people. And I want you to kind of make it's in three categories. I don't want to make us talk so much about one section, but either you want to be a charity partner, or you want to be a work partner with somebody, a business, or you want to be an intimate partner. Atako, you'll talk about it differently, like alone. Hey, what are those factors as you that you look for in the space of maybe getting to know people? I feel like those certain areas we get into lots of challenges, but we didn't do an analysis of what we want, and then when we get hit, we just like, oh my god, it's hard to do business with Ugandans, they don't like how to share. But do we actually do a pre-assessment that this person is a good person? What is that? And I want you to talk in the three categories: charity space, workspace, and intimate relationships.
Yeah. I think I'll start with the the workspace,
Okay.
which I will combine with my social life.
Okay.
A decision I took when I was 19, I would say forced by circumstances, and my mother had told me right from the beginning
Yes.
that as a human being, a complete human being,
Yeah.
other people's problems must be your blackboard. Learn from them.
From them. Okay.
And I took a decision at 19 and said, now my friends at 19 will be people older than me, because they've seen it all, they've done the things I want to do.
Yeah.
They have perhaps tried things and failed. They have aspirations that have never been realized.
Okay.
And if you looked around my circles at the age of 19 to 27, and even up
to date, I call him an old soul. You find him hanging out with really old people.
You will find me with old people.
Yes.
Not that I did not enjoy being young.
Yes.
I also enjoyed that aspect of being young.
Yes.
But I learned a lot from the old people, because I mean,
they've done it all.
they've burnt their fingers already.
Okay.
They know the intensity of the heat on a frying pan.
Okay.
And I have learned a lot from them, and I think that thing has shaped my life.
Okay.
And in the same way, my partners in business are people much older than me. Not that they are the people to trust,
okay,
but I think
you trust experience.
I trust experience, and I also want to work with somebody who has something to lose. They have a name and they want to protect that.
A legacy.
And that doesn't mean that I don't want to work with the young people.
Okay.
I also treasure working with the young people for the reason that they are straight out of school, burning with the knowledge, energy and the aspirations.
Yes.
And I want to bring that blend of the old and the young,
yeah,
and be able to push things forward. And that has helped me in my social and work life. And then when it comes to charity, for me, I believe that a human being is incomplete without sharing a bit of their life with others.
Okay.
The only way you can be complete,
you'll get to experience others.
Experience others. But I also believe that you should not burn your fingers in the process of helping others.
Yeah.
You must find the balance. And I think that's why we get it wrong. And how you find the balance is, I think, what should be a point of interest.
Okay.
First,
how do you find your balance? Let's be specific.
How I find my balance is that I choose to give what I can afford to lose, actually.
Okay.
I don't give what I cannot afford to lose. So I will not borrow to
be paid back.
To be paid back.
I need to be coming to borrow from you. I didn't know that. I will borrow more. Okay.
So that is my principle in life. And even when I'm going in for charity, I know that yes, this is how much I have, and this is how much I'll give. I don't want to go and get a loan so I can
out apply yourself.
No. I want to give and stay happy.
Okay.
I don't want to give and then remain haunted.
Yes.
No. I don't want to do that. And I want to say that there is that sense and feeling of completeness when you help somebody who's less advantaged than you are. And we must all struggle to find a balance.
I agree. I won't even preempt that, because as charity people who are in Rotary and other giving spaces, I always say a Rotarian is first a Rotarian in heart before they can even come to the giving space.
Exactly.
So it's not like, oh my God, I began giving when I'm in Rotary. No, often there are people who have already been very generous in their spaces, maybe in their work spaces, in their social life, in their family spaces.
Sure.
So this just becomes an extension. You're saying it becomes an extension of who you really are. Intimate relationship.
Now, intimate relationship.
Very, very personal. Don't give us generics, my friend. When you're deciding, even if you're not, you told me you're neither of those respectfully, but if you are going to choose, why I ask these questions, that many times we have made it so what can I say, a bit shallow, the way we get into life partnerships. And it's playing out in how much failure is being experienced in that space. And I'm not talking about just marriages. I'm talking about failed relationships that are hurting people, that are traumatizing people. Like, you're like, I know we are possibly an extension of our families and our generations, but there should be something that in this time we should be asking the right questions or considering certain aspects before we. I just want the mature perspective at this stage of your life. I know mistakes you make when you're younger, but at this point, what would you say if I'm going to engage someone, and I would say possibly from dating to maybe growing it into something as a partnership or whatever you want to call it. You know me, I would say partnership because it resonates with me. Much as people will want wives, others will want people who bear their babies, okay, and extend their legacy, whatever. What would you consider? This is very critical at those hard questions that people should be asking.
I think first I like to break the ice and say,
yeah,
like my king, Mutesa said,
you're a king's man.
Yes, you should not be the type of father or mother who will limit the life of their children,
okay,
and say they will not get married to another man if that man is not a man of their tribe.
Okay.
And
I can't wait for the northerner you are.
I share that belief. Color and race is just what it is, and it will not form part of my decision. But there must be a point of intersection for the person you choose to be your lifelong partner. You know, marriage is a decision you take within a day or a second or a minute, and it's here to stay for the rest of your life. If you made a mistake, it is a mistake that will haunt you. I know people who are in marriage, but they divorced even before their honeymoon.
My issue, you're saying it's a decision you take in a day. Really? Do you take the decision in a day?
Oh yes, I want to tell you that I had a friend,
leave alone the vows. Leave alone the vows.
Yes, I had a friend of mine who went out drinking.
Yeah.
And a banquet hall, and saw this
young lady
and said, I will marry her.
Okay.
Like it or not.
What do you think was his thought? Her physique?
Not really.
What was the catch?
You know, you look at someone and it's a connection of the supernatural. If you believe in God, and this is what the scriptures say, a woman is a limb that was taken out of you. You see someone and the decision strikes you and say, this is the person.
I've heard so many guys say that, and I'm like, really?
Yes.
I am still in conflict of that opinion.
And you will do whatever it takes to make sure that you realize your decision.
Okay.
You've taken a decision, then you go the extra mile. Now,
the extra mile.
Now the point is the intersection. You know, you are finding someone from one end of the world or from one end of town or one end of the country, different walks of life, perhaps different career, a different family background, maybe different culture, maybe different religion. Here in the central, people insist on marrying from the same culture, same religion. Okay, let's say that you have broken all that.
You've broken the barriers. What is the intersection?
What is the intersection? The intersection, there must be some similar sense of likings. And once that's not there...
Hobbies, values.
There could be values.
Yes.
There could be hobbies. But if there's no point of intersection, my goodness. Like me, I like music. I go out dancing to a specific kind of music.
Afrigo band, old soul. I told you he's an old soul. You find him in the old people's spaces. Afrigo band is universal. We all love it, and it cuts across generation. I would say it's a classic. It's a classic. But yes, he loves the music. I have seen him. I have watched him. Experienced.
So people here in Kampala, those who know me, know I like Afrigo band.
Yes.
And if something happens somewhere and Afrigo band is there, say an accident, kaput, people will call my phone and say, Richard, are you safe? Now, will I go for I like music. That I like reading and traveling.
Yes.
And suppose I go for a woman who doesn't like any of those. And you know what's going to happen? I want to go to a new place, and she wants to do something different. I want to go...
Stay cooped.
Hey, I want to go dancing. Afrigo band is making 48 years. And she wants to do something different. I want to grab a novel and read. And she wants to do something different. We have no point of intersection. You know, the result will be quarreling, misunderstandings. She will not understand the feeling that's buried deep into your heart. and what
The
it
conviction.
means, the conviction.
Yeah.
What dancing and singing means to
To
you,
you
she
as
won't
a
understand.
person. Yeah.
What a novel means to you, she won't understand. What a new place means to you, she won't understand.
She will say, Manang, they're just busy wasting time. Like, he's busy wasting time in Africa as if he's a young person. Grow up, I have had friends who, like, can you imagine, he still goes out dancing, listen to that from the horse's mouth. Like, you should know these convictions are deeper than just that surface value outlook from a person who may not enjoy it specifically. But my ask is just with all that, my ask is, when you meet someone, and let's be realistic with our today meetings. Now you have met this person. Yes, they have caught you. The soul has spoken to you. The soul has spoken to you. Would finding out that they don't appreciate the things the way you do be a deal breaker? And that's just like would it be, or would you say, can I borrow them to join me in this space? Like, how would you?
I want to say that.
Or one of.
You know, there's that period called courtship.
Yeah.
You know, you can interest people into your likings.
How long? How long is courtship in your space, you Richard Kyambadde?
It takes quite some time. It takes quite some time. And if I succeed in interesting this person,
yes,
to pick on some of my hobbies, not all, maybe just one, and that will become the line of intersection.
Okay.
And that will happen. It has happened for many people. It can happen for a viewer out there. So
it's not a time thing. It's when do you think you intersect?
If
a girl found you and like you're busy talking in their ears, and that's why I asked you, are you Mr. Right or Mr. Right now? When the girl is like interested in you and they are seemingly intersecting truthfully.
Yeah.
Many of the times the ladies are like, my God, he's taking forever. I do not know. They are unsure. So from a man's perspective, from your perspective, what do you think a girl should like rest in, knowing like if this person is serious about me, I'm going to rest in that peaceful space and wait on them. You know, because sometimes your speed of how I am a fast human being by nature. I trust me, I'm faulted for it sometimes. Like, if you do not tell me your vision in a few months, most likely I will be like, I will not even maybe just jump off, but my heart space will start changing my opinion what this is. And often it's a common occurrence that sometimes ladies, it's the yin and yang between men and women. You find that when you are in your discovery space, which does not have a time frame, she's like, yeah. But when she realizes that you're not spelling out that vision, her mind space, she starts walking. She's here, but her mind, and then you're like, now I'm ready. And she's like, man, I've already like my brain has moved on. And that difference is very common, more often than not, whereby you say these two people, and there's not such a thing as it was meant to be. I always say marriages and relationships are celebrated on earth. Anyone can be a right partner if they intersect. So are there certain things that we should be able to like hint our potential? This conversation is still going on, and yes, our segment may be ending, but Simba Wakati, we are coming back. So much is itching in Richard's mind space to tell us and to empower us with information, but also to be able to generate discussion. You have comments, please continue. Comment below. I'm going to stop here for now. Carolliving continues after this. Richard, we are going to keep listening from you. It's Kawowo. It feels like things are cooking on this kitchen table. Yes, so we're going to keep conversing and keep with us. Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure sharing a bit of myself.
Yeah, we are continuing to share. Thank you so much.